What's going on, love? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Go ahead and do me a favor and let me know how you feeling and or how you're doing in the comments, okay? If you're new here, welcome into this space. My name is Shani. This is Melanated Mindfulness Tarot. I typically upload daily collective messages for us all throughout the week. When or as the opportunity presents itself, I upload collective messages for each zodiac sign, as well as collective conversations that pretty much give us clarification, confirmation, help us with our transformation and our healing. All right. So if that's anything that you are interested in, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. If you're interested in following me on any of the other platforms, if you're interested in booking a session or a service with me, if you're interested in finding out more about my monthly membership, make sure you check out the description area below, because all that information is pinned in the link tree there. Okay? Now let's go ahead and get into this collective message. Let's see what Spirit has for us today. All thanks and praise to the Most High, to the Creator, God Energy itself. You know our hearts and you know our situation. We ask that you give us the cards that we need in order for us to be able to receive the message at hand with an open mind and an open heart. We ask that you put anything standing in the way of our clarification, confirmation, transformation, and healing at this time. Ashe. 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 Amen. Alright, let's get into it. Let's see what the cards is going to reveal to us today. We're going to take anything, not everything, but anything that falls out, we taking. Do you hear me? Good, good, good. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Spirit, is there anything else that we need out of this deck? Okay. We'll take what we got so far. Underneath it all is the Sun card, okay? We can't go wrong with this. Being underneath it all, like glory and blessings and all the things that we want to experience, the things that we want to receive, the underneath it all card. Listen, it just feels good when you know that where you are is leading you into a space of where you're going. Like, even though in the moment you probably can't see it, or you be like, damn, why this has to happen? At the end of the day, underneath it all, just know, because it's leading you into a place of growth, a place of being able to receive, a place of, you know, having open arms and open heart, just being in alignment, right? And the shit really does feel absolutely amazing. Excuse me. So going into, I have to do not disturb the phone, but going into the cards that we have on the table, all right, the first card coming up is going to be the Aeon. And wait, let me show y'all. Right? Boom. I'm finding a new way to read through the cards without having to show them all, so bear with me, right? The Aeon is really calling you to make a decision. And I know sometimes it'd be like, damn, like I don't know what to do, right? But pay attention to what's actually happening in the situations at hand. When you are revisiting, okay? When you're revisiting certain energetic cycles, I guess I could say, you know what I'm saying? When you're re-experiencing something that feels so very familiar to you, you want to put yourself in a position to be able to take a step back, right? Because only you know what you do and don't like to feel. Do you understand this? So when you're experiencing things that you do not like to feel, you want to start understanding, understanding, why are these emotions even present, right? What am I doing to constantly keep on putting myself in a position where I don't like to feel this way? I have to make a decision on whether or not I'm going to continue to operate and move in that space, that, you know, in a way where I'm going to continuously keep on having similar experiences, or am I going to make the conscious decision to start changing, right? To start doing something different. as uncomfortable as it may seem, as frustrating as it may be, as risky as it may seem, as scary as it may seem, right? You never really know what you're getting into until you start getting into it. Do you understand what I'm explaining? And those fears and those things that are happening, or trying to present themselves in your mind, they're literally a thought, and you're allowing the thought of something that's not even real to keep you in a position that you actually don't want to be in, right? Let me be the one to reveal to you, I guess, the Three of Wands. Like the energy behind the Three of Wands is you recognizing, realizing, understanding, overstanding that you literally have everything within you to help you overcome whatever this situation is that you feel like you can't make a decision on, or that you feel like you're not sure if you want to make a decision on. Whether it's the love, the support, the confidence, you got all that, right? You have all of that. I don't care what it is. If you feel like, well, I don't have enough money, right? Even money is an energy as well. And by you operating in the energy of lack and not having, do you understand? Of course, that's all you're going to really be able to experience. You have everything that you need inside of you to be able to create whatever you need outside of self in order for you to change your situation, change your circumstances, change your reality, right? Put yourself in a better position. This is talking about good destiny. This is talking about like your fortune, right? And it's in reverse. So it's the fact that maybe you're not realizing that you have everything that you need. Like literally, I cannot stress that part enough. You have everything that you need. You may not see it that way because maybe the way you've been conditioned, or the way that you've grown up, or the people that you surround yourself with, or the things that you've watched other people go through, and you're comparing your situation to somebody else's situation, and you're seeing that you feel like you're in a similar position to where somebody else was when they were not able to overcome this. Maybe you're not seeing the growth in your own situation. Maybe you feel like you still where you were 3 to 6 months ago, but trust me when I tell you, even if it seems like it, you're not in the same place that you were in 3 to 6 months ago. Maybe financially you may seem to be, right? But you've been gaining some knowledge, you've been gaining the wisdom, you've been tapping in, you've been becoming more aware of yourself, your situation, you've been being more honest with yourself, whatever the case may be. You're not in the same position that you were in that long ago. So you have to give yourself, for one, grace, right? And you want to acknowledge what you're actually doing. What have you actually done? Because even where you feel like there is nothing, I can guarantee you I'll be able to find something, right? And if I could find it on the outside, you can find it on the inside. Like, you just have to recognize and realize, right? But you understanding that, you understanding that, you overstanding that love is what's going to give you the power, which is what's going to give you the victory, which is what's going to give you the courage, let's say that, to overcome these energies, right? It's going to give you the courage to overcome being stagnant, to overcoming being stuck. How do I say that? Why do I say that? Because this card is here, right? Let me pick them up together. So this is the Six of Wands, and this is the Knight of Discs in reverse. You see how the Knight of Discs is for one in reverse, but then looking at this six. So this is like, okay, there's some stagnant energy into coming here, right? But this energy will help you overcome this over here. Does that make sense? You just have to be able to tap in. You got to learn how to trust yourself more than you do. You have to learn how to believe in yourself more than you do. Because the things that you feel like you may be lacking in this moment, I can guarantee you at some point you felt like you had it. Whether it was the confidence, whether it was the courage, whether it was the discipline, right? You've had it before, so you can easily, and that's kind of a stretch, right? Because sometimes it don't be as easy as it rolled off my tongue. My apologies. However, you can tap into it just as much as you know that it's there. Like, you've been there, you've had it before, right? So at this point, it's already in you. It's not on you. You have to make the decision. You have to make the choice to be able to tap back into what you know is within you. And yes, I would agree. It is not as easy as we make it seem. it's not as easy as we want it to be, right? But it's not as complicated as we make it seem either. Because we be knowing what we need to do in order for us to do it. We just allow our brains to keep us from actually being able to do it. Does that make sense? So you really got to pay attention to how you allowing your thoughts to control you, and put yourself in a position for you to actually be able to control your thoughts instead, right? Because everything that you are attracting, everything that you are experiencing is something that you are attracting to yourself, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay? It always starts from the inside. It always starts from the inside. It starts with your thoughts. Your thoughts become your feelings. Your feelings then become they manifest into certain actions, and then based on the actions that you do or don't put in, it gives you the result. I say that all the time. It all starts in your mind. So this is where, okay, thoughts become things. Yes, that's really a thing. You have to understand what it means to and or for you. With a simple breakdown of, you think a certain type of way, and those thoughts produce certain feelings. Those feelings produce certain actions, or the lack of, right? And then based on that, it'll dictate and determine what results you are getting. And if you're not getting the results that actually, show up and tap into your happiness, if you're not getting the results that actually contribute to your happiness, then it's calling you to become aware of what you need to transform, what you need to change, right? This is a death card, so there's some deaths and some rebirths. Anything that ends is going to start something else, right? So don't be afraid of leaving things and or people alone. Habits, situations, circumstances, relationships, jobs even, right? There are parts of you that are going to have to die away, because that's not you no more. You're growing, right? You're growing into the person who you actually desire to be. However, because you're not familiar with that part of you, you're holding on to something that's no longer serving you. Do you understand what I'm explaining? Please let me know that you understand what I'm explaining. And then be okay with asking or speaking up in the comments. The only way for me to be able to help you beyond how I'm already showing up is for us to engage, us to connect in some way, shape, or form. And that can simply be just in the comments, and not even just with me, with the other millions of people who are going through similar situations. All right. So again, you have to just be faithful, to yourself in your situation. Have faith, trust that where you are right now, it is leading you into your happiness, your happy place, your happy space. So sometimes, yes, we do have to experience certain things, or we have to experience certain people to become more aware of what it is that we actually desire, or what it is that we actually want to align ourselves with, right? And don't think, you don't have to think, how can I describe this? Because they just gave me another one, right? So what happens is, you see where you are, and then you see where you want to be, right? And because you don't have the means to go from where you are to where you want to be, you feel like there are things that you lack, right? So in order for you to gain the things that you require, in order for you to get into the position or the space that you desire to be in, you have to take steps. So it's not going to be, okay, I'm going to from A to Z and good, right? You have to A to B, B to C, C to D, right? So on and so forth. And as you're making these steps, the 1% a day that you want to make sure you're putting in, that 1% a day is going to lead you up to 100%. Right? It's going to turn shit around. It's going to change your whole entire life if you allow it to. So don't be so discouraged. Don't count yourself out. Just start your process and be okay with making the decisions that you know are going to benefit you in the long run. Right? Opposed to you making the decisions that's going to keep you constantly repeating similar cycles, the same things over and over and over again. Now it's time to make that shift. Now it's time to make yourself uncomfortable for the better. Because maybe you're already in a position or a predicament to where you're I'm not satisfied with this. So this, whatever this is already making you uncomfortable. right? So you have to know that on the other side of you not being comfortable here, you can create whatever it is that you desire. But you have to be okay to experience things that you're not familiar with, right? Open yourself up to being able to receive the lessons, the blessings, the friendships, the whatever. And you don't have to rush it. It's not a race, right? So, with that being said, this is the collective message that needed to be discussed or delivered today. I definitely hope that it assisted you in some type of way, shape, or form, brought you some type of clarification, confirmation, transformation, or assistance with your healing. Make sure that if you have not subscribed to the channel, you subscribe. And until next time, love, enjoy yourself. Peace.